Hello friends, so in this video tutorial we will discuss everything about International Monetary Fund. What is International Monetary Fund? So first of all, definition. It is an international organization headquartered in Washington DC. So uh, it comprises of 188 countries that work to foster global monetary cooperation and to secure financial stability and to facilitate international trade and to promote high employment and sustainable economic growth and to reduce poverty around the world. So this definition includes the various functions of IMF too. These are two for monetary cooperation, for financial stability, for international trade, for increasing employment and sustainable development growth, and to reduce the poverty. So we will see how it works. And so first of all, this was formed in 1944 at the Bretton Woods Conference. As we have discussed in the previous video also that in 1944 in Bretton Woods there were two institutions that were formed. One was IMF and the other was World Bank. So both have the offices same at DC, Washington. So the objective of the organization is to promote international cooperation, international trade, employment, exchange rate stability, and to make financial resources available to member countries, mainly to meet their balance of payment needs. What is balance of payment? Balance of payment is the net difference between the countries trade with other countries. Now, if some country goes into negative balance of payments, so it can take loan from IMF, as India has taken in 1991. And what is exchange rate stability? It is the exchange rate is the rate at which the currency of different countries can be exchanged. So it supervises, IMF supervises that thus exchange rates should not be very volatile because it can adversely affect the international trade. So these are the roles of IMF. So now we have seen that IMF gives loans to the member countries, but there are some conditions, and these conditions are very important from the exam point of view, and also these are important because it is the main criticism of IMF that these conditions are not very well with the economics of different countries. So we will see what are these conditions. So these conditions, these should be fulfilled before giving loan to any countries. So apart from the collateral required for loans, these conditions are required. These conditions are that these countries that are willing for loan, they should correct their macroeconomic imbalances in the form of policy reforms. So they have to do some policy reforms before taking the loan. And if these conditions are not met, then the funds to be given are withheld. So this is the most controversial aspect. So what are basically the conditions? These conditions are like these, like cutting expenditure, and these are known as austerity measures. Then focusing on economic output, and then devaluation of currencies means decreasing the value of currency so that the exports can be increased. Then trade liberalization as done by the India in 1991, and then increasing the stability of investment, mainly FDI, foreign direct investment. Then balancing the budgets means there is not much fiscal deficit. Then removing price control and state subsidies. So to decrease the subsidies, and then to do the privatization or disinvestment. Then enhancing the rights of foreign investors so that more of FDI can come, and then improving the governance and fighting of corruption. So it means that the country has to include all these changes before taking the loans. So next, this is also very important point, that is voting power. So what is the voting power? Voting power is some quota is given to every member. This quota is given on two bases. Means some votes are given to each country like 5.502. This is of total votes is given to every country. Plus the extra votes are given basis on the basis of special drawing right. What is special drawing right? This means the unit of account of the IMF that represent claim to currency. It is based on the key to international currencies. Means this is the like right of a country to withdraw any amount of money from the bank. So although we can see like if each country is given some basic number of votes, then it will favor smaller countries because they will then also have the same number of votes as bigger countries. But the special drawing rights here makes the difference because USA has much more special drawing right, so it has more voting power, so it can overbalance the all the decisions of IMF. So we will see in this effects of quota system. We can say that this quota system was basically created to raise funds for loans because it says like there should be the richer countries should contribute more, but according to assigned quota, this quota was assigned according to the size of economy of that country, and each member's quota determines its relative voting power as we have seen in the previous slide. So thus the financial contribution from the member governments are linked to voting power in the organization. So the country having more financial contribution has more voting power, and so it can have more effect in the institution. So it means that the wealthier countries have more say in the making of and revision of rules. So it is a controversial thing in the IMF. So what is criticism? As we have seen that the developed countries have more role. And second thing is that it is out of touch with local economic conditions, cultures, and environment of the countries. Means it says that every country should make certain changes, but it is not aware that the different countries have different conditions, cultures, and environments. So then what should be the reforms? These reforms are very important these days. There's a lot of discussion going on. So first and foremost, there should be like change in function and policies. Mean quota system should be revised because it was created in 1944, and after that the relative the economic power has changed. So according to that, quota system should be changed. And like IMF is the very generalist and only deals with the macroeconomic issues because it says like these issues are very narrow spectrum. As we have seen earlier that the spectrum of IMF should be increased, and the other reform proposal is that it should cooperate with the other institutions, in other international institutions like UNICEF, FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, and the United National Development Programs and other institutions. So that was all. Thank you.